We're live.
We are.
I think it takes a few minutes for the invite to pop into everybody's Substacks to say, hey, join this live type thing. So I'll do the intro in just a minute. Do you get many invites to lives on Substack? I'm getting quite a few
I am
lately.
not.
I think I subscribe to some newsy things on Substack. So those folks go live more often than
Yeah.
other people. So, hey,
Cool.
Lori, thanks
Hey,
for joining us.
Lori. How's it going?
We realize that it takes a little while for people to join in live, so we wanted to wait for the intro. But see, you're here now, and I can start the intro. TK is off; she's out and about today at the what is it? The Screenwriters Symposium in
Yes.
Madison, Wisconsin. And so we're the intro duties have fallen to me. So let's see. We are the Blackbird Writers live on Substack TV. No AI, just Alibis. We are here every Friday morning at 11 a.m. Central to share industry news, updates from the flock, and a discussion on a publishing or writing topic. I'm Valerie Beal. I write books for readers age 10 and up, often inspired by my travels. And I am also a book marketing professional. I'm here with the founder of the Blackbird Writers, Tracy Phillips.
Hello. Thanks for that intro. And I am Tracy S. Phillips, and I write about fierce women who face their shadow side. I had to think about it for a second. And thrillers and romantic suspense. So,
and I have read all your books, and I love every single one of them.
Yeah, thank you.
And I even have the ARC waiting for me of the newest one that's not out yet.
Yes.
And also, I have read all of Lori Buchanan's books, and I love every one of those too.
Yep.
Okay, so did you want to start out with the news today? What's happening with Blackbird Writers?
Yes, I have news from Lori that she sent me. Thank you, Lori. She says that Innocuous Book 6 in the Sean McPherson series is scheduled for release in April of 2027. So now is a good time to catch up on previous installments. Insidious Book 7 has successfully passed beta readers. Whoa. And it has moved into sensitivity readers. She is on fire. And then Incognito, awesome. Book 8 has successfully passed from sensitivity reader to copy editor, and she's in the final throes of completing Insatiable Book 9. Girl, on fire. She's got so many books ready, almost ready.
That makes me, I'm just going to interrupt here. I'm a little jealous because the book that's supposed to come out this year from me hasn't even been written yet. Okay, cue the laugh track. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to keep it going like that, and especially when life interrupts.
That's exciting, though. I'm excited to read those books. Awesome, Lori.
Yes. Margaret Mitsushima shared that she is working on the 12th book in her Timber Creek Canine Mystery series. It doesn't have a title yet, but book 11 is titled Fighting Edge, and that is scheduled to be published on September 8th this year. Fighting Edge is available for pre-order now from wherever books are sold, and here is a link to the Penguin Random House where you can find Margaret's pre-order. Lori, if you want to drop a link for your books in the chat, because I don't think you sent one to me, so that would be great. Then we can share that too.
Very cool. Exciting news. Yay.
Tim Chapman, who I'm going to dinner with tonight because I'm in Chicago. You might have noticed I'm in this strange location. I am actually on location in Chicago today, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But Tim Chapman's latest issue of Tim's literary magazine, Lit Bop, it's in print, and the release party is on April 24th this month. That'll be at the Bookseller in Chicago. 10 great authors will be reading, and he says wine will get drunk. Fun will be had. So the bookseller is an awesome Chicago bookstore.
Hey, look what I have.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I have to make a little trip to Chicago to the bookseller. This was part of winning the Chicago, or I was runner up for Chicago Book of the Year award, and I didn't know I was going to get a goodie in the mail from them.
That's
so now I field trip down to Chicago.
Yeah, tell us when, so we can all join you.
That would be lovely. Yes, yeah. I'm always down for a field trip.
And Lori did drop her link in the chat, so you can check that out if you're listening. And so, like I said, I am on location in Chicago, and my news this week is that I am attending the Midwest Mystery Con in Chicago, which is just it's a one-day mini con. And Lori Rader Gay and Tracy Clark both help put that on now. It used to be Murder and Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
And then she moved it to this spring, and it's a great thing. There's like 8 panels all day long and one right after the other, and you get to have lunch with an author. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. It'll be all day tomorrow.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I mean, it's hard to do these Friday things when we're out of position, though, right? It's like we're used to being in our pod, right, at home.
Yes.
And stuff. So thank you for still making this work.
Oh,
so
yeah.
just so you all know, like the question was I doing this solo this week because TK's over at the Screenwriter Symposium. Now, wait, we should talk about that too. That is that just 2 days? Is today and tomorrow, I think, or is it also on Sunday? But it's over in Madison. It is one of the biggest, budget-minded deals that you have out there. It's like super, super cheap to attend. I mean, other than you might need a hotel room if you're not from the area and whatever, but the actual like ticket or event cost is so reasonable. So a very cool thing. Very cool. So I don't write screenplays or scripts, anything like that. But if you are interested in dipping your toe into that area, there's an asset right here in the Midwest. If you're from the Midwest, that's very, very reasonable. So.
Yeah, no, and we'll talk about small, accessible conferences here in a few minutes. But I had one more piece of news.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the Blackbird Writers are doing a drawing, and it's called Ask a Blackbird. And each month, if you're listening or watching our blog, reading our blog, each month on the first Monday, we answer a question about our books, our writing, our characters, or our process, you name it. And we are now asking for you to submit your questions for a drawing, and then you could win a signed copy of one of our books.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And we've shifted a little bit. So we used to have like longer articles and posts from individual authors. And we realized that it's a lot of fun if we can, at least a good portion of us, we chime in on a particular question each month. And that's sort of on rotation, right? Not every Blackbird chimes in every month. And the answers are interesting. I mean, the questions are interesting too. I guess that's why the answers are interesting. But it's a lot of fun, right?
It is. It's so much fun.
But now we're asking readers or listeners or whatever.
Yes. And so, whatever you want to know about being an author or being, a Blackbird, or how we, come up with our ideas, or about character motivation or location or anything,
Or weird things we learned in our research, or, really anything. I love it. I love getting nosy questions.
Yeah. I'm trying to dive into, to find the link to that. And as soon as I do, I'll put it in the chat. So the link to the form.
And then I should mention, you mentioned Tim Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
I should mention too, that I have a new interview series out called The Aside: Conversations with Authors Just Off the Page. And Tim's interview went live this morning over on my Substack. I'll post a link to that. It was a fascinating interview. There are so many things that I do not know about fellow Blackbird writers and other authors that I got to ask. that I get to ask in these interviews. So see what you think of this. This is a lot of fun. So I'll post that over there.
Absolutely. I cannot find her email. So
There we go.
I'm going to let it pass for now. And I will put the link to the form in the, we're on our flying by the seat of our pants today.
Could you tell? Could you tell? We're trying. It's fine. It's fine. But you know what you can do? Probably you can even put it in is there space under the replay to put
yes. When
okay.
I repost it, and you can go back and rewatch it, I put all of the links down in there, and I will have a link to the form in there.
That works. There we go. All right. I think I have the right link in for Tim's interview today. Woo! Yeah. So all right. What's next?
Do we have some industry news today?
Oh, we do. We should talk more. We did mention Indie Bookstore Day, which is Saturday, the 25th, correct? Yes, April 25th. And we were kind of professing our love for the different indie bookstores that have, treated us so well and that we're partners with here in the area when we do events. But there's a couple cool things. And these came in from TK before she abandoned us today. No judgment, but hey.
Yeah.
There's a regional independent bookstore passport program. So this is 17 bookstores in the Southeast Wisconsin and Northeast Illinois communities. And so starting April 1st, you could pick up a passport. So obviously we're beyond that, but it runs until the end of the month. And it says, if you visit at least 5 of the participating bookstores, you will receive an exclusive I Support Indie Bookstore sticker and then get put into a raffle for some bigger prizes. And the more stores you visit, the more raffle entries you get. If you visit all 17 stores, you earn a free tote bag. So I'm going to throw that link in. And then if you've not seen this before, so we are, Tracy and I are both in Wisconsin, and a lot of us, I think, that are listening may be in the Midwest, but I'm guessing that there are other indie bookstore efforts all across the nation regionally. So look for those. If you don't happen to live in this area, look for those in your area. But the Midwest bookstore, the indie bookstores have this really cool map they put out.
Yes.
It's so fun. And every year, it's MIPA, the Midwest Independent Publishers Association, puts that out, I believe. And I'll link to that too. But when you're in one of these bookstores, you can pick one of those maps up, and it's just an awful lot of fun because they're kind of like, cartoony or character roadmap, but it's a lot of fun. So I will throw those links in. That's always.
Oh yeah. Do you have a link to the map? Because I have my physical map at home and I love it.
Yes.
It's great.
I think I do. Hang on. This was the link that there it goes into the chat. And then apparently I can function. And here's the passport information. There we go. I have 2, you see me looking around. I have 2 monitors here so that I can, I don't know. It's hard. Some days are difficult, people. Some days are Okay, so those are the fun things coming up. And of course, we just love to support our indie bookstores. And one thing I came across this week that's an indie bookstore related thing is I use a universal book link over from Draft to Digital. So the books2read.com website is linked to your Draft to Digital login, even if you don't sell your books that way. And you can put the bookshop.org link that links to your favorite indie bookstore into your universal book links. So if there's a local bookstore you want to support, with that universal book link, you can make that happen.
Yeah.
And I did not know that till this week. So.
Well, that's cool. And I don't use a universal book link, but I like to send people that link to Bookshop to one of my favorite indie local bookshops. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can share it that way too.
Yeah. And I guess I thought that, using a universal book link was a little bit, like a detriment to that. You can't do that then if you choose a universal book link. And so I was excited because a lot of us would put a bookshop.org link separately underneath, on our websites and stuff, so that the local bookstore gets credit, right?
Right.
So it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy to do.
Yes. Support local.
Right.
Yes.
I'm down with that. Okay, so that's mostly a kind of part of our industry news. And then we were going to discuss um, just some of the smaller conferences in the area, right?
Yeah. I was going to list that as my favorite thing today. Small, accessible conferences near you. And I know, every state has them, so it's just exclusive to the Midwest. And, I'm sure Lori has a whole bunch uh, out west that she goes to and participates in. Um, and so that's why I'm in Chicago today, because it's so close and it's so easy just to get here and do that. And then with Valerie doing the one in Madison this weekend.
TK. Yep.
TK, sorry.
Yep. That's okay. Yeah. And it's, I think too, sometimes, okay, big conferences can be very pricey.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cost of the conference can be a bit much, but usually that's not your most expensive thing. You go to VoucherCon, your hotel and your airfare tends to be your big things.
Yeah.
Or even like Killer Nashville, which is a very reasonably priced conference. If you don't live, if you've got to pay for the airfare and the hotel, that's a little shorter conference. Left Coast Crime, most of the registration fees aren't crazy. It's the cost to get there and then that hotel cost, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. So I've been looking more for local ones too.
Right.
And just, maybe for me at this stage of my writing too, I'm looking for some that are more workshop-y or retreat time. So
Yeah.
I can actually get some work done on this book that's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I know that's what I'm looking for too. And sometimes the best retreat is just, closing down the house and put your phone somewhere else. And
Yeah. Well, and part of it is that we joked, and I was joking with another author this week about how the house is never so clean as when you're supposed to be working on your book.
Oh, that totally happens to me. Like, well, I need my space to be just perfect. And so, yeah, you spend all day cleaning it. And then where did the time go? I guess I'll start the book tomorrow.
I know, it's so bad, but that there is something. I will say, though, in the defense of all the authors out there, that when we are busy doing those, like the busy tasks around the house, our brains are working, though.
Yes.
I think. And so I've been pondering the book that I'm supposed to be writing for a very long time while I, scrub bathroom tile or something. So I'm getting there. But the other ones, okay, so there's some other ones. Again, these are very Wisconsin centric because that's where I am. But again, they're going to be similar type ones. Look for them in your own home state so that if you're looking for something that's not expensive to get to. The Lake Fly Writers Conference, which is in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And I always laugh at the name of this conference because lake flies are kind of icky and they come in mass.
Oh.
And they like get on stuff and well, whatever. But so I just think it's kind of a tongue in cheek, name. But that is May 1 and 2 this year. And there's certainly, I would imagine, is still space. You can check on that. I'll throw the link in. That conference is a nice size conference with some very, very good sessions for every level of writer. And it is a Friday, like midday through, I don't think it's morning, but it's Friday and Saturday. And you're done by like maybe, 5 or so on Saturday. So it's a very, compact conference.
Yeah.
Then the Faith Forward Writing Conference, I'm going to be actually one of the speakers at that. And that is May 14th through 16th. That is at sort of a retreat center up in Sparta, Wisconsin. And I have not gone to that before, but I'm looking at so many of the other speakers and they're people that, everybody knows, like in Wisconsin. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be really fun. It's like summer camp. So I'm excited to go to that. And it is, it's got workshop time. There's a lot of time built into work on your, work in progress.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Green Bay's on Titletown ever before?
I don't think so.
Okay. So way back when, I don't know, before the pandemic, let's say, the Green Bay area had a writing conference called Untitled Town. And it was actually a reader. It was kind of like the way BoucherCon and Left Coast Crime bring fans in too. Yeah. So it was a reader and author conference. And so there were fans and writers. And it was just a fascinating event because it was multiple locations in Green Bay with a really nice like shuttle bus system that took you around, and a lot of panel discussions. It was a really fun thing to participate in as an author. And there might be some breakout sessions where one author would give a session on a topic, but most of the time it was panel discussions, which are so much fun to either be on as a writer or to be asking, questions from the audience. So it's coming back. So the gal who used to run it just sent emails out asking for like submissions for panels. And I don't have a date. They say it's going to happen in 2026, probably in the fall sometime. I assume we're going to get a notification on that. It's worth traveling to, and I was on panels with people from all over the Midwest that were coming in to be on panels, and it was just a delightful event.
Did they stop doing it because of the pandemic? Is that what?
I don't, I think actually they were getting grants for it. And I think actually that the person who was running it may have moved out of state or got a different job for a while or something, but they have a new grant that's going to let them revive it.
Oh, nice.
So it's very cool, but I'll get these links in. Are there any others that you want to share?
I can't think of any right now. I mean, the writing day workshops travel around and they go all over, all over the states. And those are nice short cons, especially if you are pitching, because they always bring in like 30 or 40 editors and agents.
Wow.
And you do have to pay for your whatever limited, like 7 minutes with them or whatever you get. But I always thought it was so worth it. So if anybody listening is pitching work or, trying to get an agent, that little bit of one-on-one time can sometimes make or break whether you get a request for your manuscript or not.
Well, and if you're, I think about pitching too, and just how good that is for you to understand, distilling your book's topic into short, marketable paragraphs.
Right.
Even if you're scared witless because it's the first time you've ever done it.
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all remember that? Like the first time you pitched, like
yes.
not on the theory. And I just remember being in those like kind of like the holding room, when they call you in. And I think that was the Writers Institute in Madison for me.
Yeah.
And just, like you're just kind of losing your mind a little bit because but then you think these are just regular people. They're looking for good stories. They're looking for a partnership. They're looking for a sane writer to partner with. So if you believe in your story, just, do your best on the pitch, and we're all human. And, so exactly. I guess don't be so scared of it. I can say that now.
I feel like most of the fear probably comes from, you're writing something from your heart and it feels so personal. And then all of a sudden you have to share this personal information about you. It feels like it's all like tied up in your sense of self with somebody who's going to be like, yeah, or no, I'm really not interested in that at all.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a funny story. There was always an agent there who was a little rough around the edges, shall we say. This is the Writers Institute. Anybody who pitched there is going to know who I'm talking about.
I pitched.
I'm not naming any names. Anyway, but in a way, now that I'm further in my career, I kind of appreciated his quick, nope. Yeah. And, because you don't need to be pulled along with niceties if someone's not really interested.
Oh, yeah.
I would rather someone says, nope, not for me, and just move on rather than be like hopeful, and then get a no. So
right. Oh, send it to me and I'll see,
I mean, I don't usually represent
this. Not waste anybody's time, just tell me you don't want it. Exactly.
Yes. So maybe in the beginning I was a little sensitive. Maybe just a little. So whatever. I mean, you get better at this as the time goes on. You do. And
you get a little bit of a hardened shell. And you got to start thinking about those rejections as feathers in your cap. I think that was something that Lori Shear said at the Writers Institute.
It sounds like a Lori-ism, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what we write will not be for every single agent or publishing house or even reader. And I
Yes.
know you're never going to appeal to everyone. There's just people like what they like. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be
Yeah.
okay with the readers who say, this is exactly the book I needed at the time I read it. And think about the way we read books, right? As writers, like I'll go back to a book that I read a long time ago and it feels different to reread it at a different age, right? So it's
Yeah.
just interesting how things
Yeah.
change.
Well, you get different things out of it for sure.
Yes. Yeah. So, and there's some books that maybe I wouldn't have picked up as a younger reader that I'm now interested in, right? So,
Yeah.
eh.
Yep.
So what else? What else do we have today?
Do you have a favorite thing? I think I mentioned my favorite thing is short mini cons. So
Well, and I do appreciate these. I also appreciate the kind of conferences that come to me and ask me to be on this faculty and then they pay me. Sorry. That's my favorite thing. Sorry. That sounds so awful. Okay, no, one of my favorite things. So something that I have a few new clients and we've been working on marketing and I come back to this thing over and over again. It's Dave Chesson, the Kindlepreneurs Publisher Rocket Program. Hey, we're not sponsored here or anything. So I'm just saying it has saved me so much time in working through categories and keywords for authors to get their metadata right. So I'm always appreciative. If you do not know about Dave Chesson and his website, kindlepreneur.com, it is focused on indie authors a lot, but it also works for every traditional author. You should know about these things in order to help guide your publishing path forward, whether you're with traditional or not.
right.
So kindlepreneur.com. It is, there's all kinds of assets that he gives away for free. Publisher Rocket's not free, but it's also not super expensive. So that has been the savior of the week, Publisher Rocket for me.
Cool. That's good to know. And, since I'm in process and I really started just indie publishing a few years ago, it seems like I add a little bit more each time. I wouldn't expect anybody to just jump in and like expect to have all these tools ready so that you can publish your book. I feel like you got to appreciate your own learning curve.
Yes.
Yeah. And now Publisher Rocket seems like something that I could add to my toolbox now.
Right. I think it's intimidating because it's like, I don't know. It's like anything. There's so many things that you have to learn. And at some point I'll have clients who say to me, please do these things. I don't have the space to learn them. Not that they couldn't learn them. They certainly could.
Right.
You wrote a whole book. Of course you can learn these other platforms and stuff. But it's whether or not it's something you want to put in your, like, your toolbox, your whatever of skills. Because certainly you can hire other people to do them. But yes, I'm positive you can handle Publisher Rocket.
I will check it out.
Okay, so we're getting close to the half-hour mark. Do we have anything else on news or topics? Because otherwise we can go to our silly little thing that we're doing, the Is It AI or
Oh,
no?
yes.
Okay, so there is a website that does these comparisons, so I print them out. And I've got two pictures, which I'll hold up. So this is picture A. Is this AI?
Okay.
Or is picture B AI? Sorry, I'm shaky there. So this is B. We'll play the eye doctor game here. A. B. Is anybody guessing?
I'm guessing B again.
As B is real or AI?
Is AI. B is AI.
There's
something just too perfect about those trees in the background.
And Lori says A is AI. This one is AI.
Okay.
Lori is correct.
Really?
Yes, I know. I guessed wrong too at first. This is real.
Wow, where is that?
Those trees look too perfect.
Well, and I thought those light poles are all in the middle of the sidewalk. How weird is that?
Which is the kind of thing AI does, right?
Right.
Somebody's going to whap their bike, their little noggin on those.
And there's no leaves on the grass, right?
Seriously, though, that's what this website told me. So I don't think they're lying.
Oh, this one. In this one, there's no leaves on the grass.
There aren't either. There's a couple people, though. There's a couple people. Yep, this is AI. DSP. Wow. I guess we're proving our point that it is really hard to tell sometimes what's AI.
Is.
So there. Our silly little.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually right. There are a few leaves on the ground. Lori's saying in the chat that she knew that was AI because there are no leaves on the grass over here. Good point. Good
Yeah,
point. All right. So is that a wrap for?
that's a wrap. We'll make sure that we have all the good links in the what do you call it?
Well, the actual posting, the replay.
The actual
Yeah.
post in the copy there, and then yeah. So we will see you again next week. Thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy your conference, Tracy.
Bye.